And we are live. Hello, hello,
Yay!
hello. I don't know if I see anybody in here yet.
They'll be
And it
here.
could be they'll be here. I got to dink around with the silly commercials first.
Oh,
And
yeah. I always
yeah, because
forget
they got to
about
watch the
that.
commercials before they can come in and get past all that. I'm trying to pull this up on here so I can see what it looks like. Because again, I think it's too dark. Because I didn't even dig out my spotlight today. Whoops, that's not going to do me one bit of good. Ah, too many things. Here we go. Here we go. There. Here we go. Reminder. And it says we're live. There we are. We are live. Look at
Yeah,
that.
we are live.
We are
Yeah.
live.
There might be a
Chat.
couple of little spots where I fade in and out, but otherwise it should be fine.
Okay. Well, we're used to you fading in and out. So
Yeah. Just until I get over these hills in eastern Oregon. Once I get down into Ontario and on into Idaho, it should be fine.
good.
Yeah.
Good, good, good. Oh.
So I headed to Denver, which means I
Yeah,
get to
right off
leave
the bat.
Wyoming. Yeah. Wyoming has been pretty bad lately. That time of
Oh,
year.
yeah? True.
Yeah, right before spring, Wyoming gets just hammered. So yeah, we'll see when I actually get there. I my ETA is like Tuesday at noon, but we'll see.
Yeah. Okay. What are you hauling?
And I'm hauling bagels. Oh, my trailer
Ooh.
smelled so good when I opened
I
it up to check
yeah.
it.
I bet.
Yeah,
Hi,
I'm coming out
Pamela.
of the bakery. Hi,
Uh,
Pamela.
hi, Susan. How are you guys today? Ugh. Is it still snowy and cold where everybody is?
You know,
Man.
it snowed today. I want to say through Cascade Locks, Hood River, the Dells, and it's like the clouds part.
Oh, nice. We've got cold and sunshine today, but no snow. We had a lot of snow yesterday. We woke up to about what 3, 4 inches of snow yesterday.
Yeah.
And it was supposed to snow again, and it did not. So we got a little bit of a break. All right,
Yeah.
what have I done? One,
Well,
two,
I got
three.
to see the disaster truck stop at Biggs Junction. Did you guys hear about that?
Oh,
So 2019, I think, is when this little TA Express opened up across the street from the Pilot Flying J there.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the other morning, like Tuesday morning, something like that, um, according to the story I read, something caught fire in a dryer. That whole building is gone. Like every
Whoa.
business, all the little fast food little corners, that whole building is gone. Nothing but
Wow.
sticks. Yeah. Yeah. So one less truck stop for us, but that
Mm-hmm.
place was, I've never been over there. It was kind of a postage stamp,
Mm.
which is what, that's how I describe a small
Yeah.
truck stop. But yeah, so the TA Express in Biggs Junction is no more.
Hmm. Well, that's too bad. I mean,
Yeah,
it's like, even if it wasn't big, it's so you guys still need lots of
we
supply.
need more. We need more.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There's just never enough spots for everybody to stop.
uh-uh.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. So, Robin,
So,
what have you been studying?
well, I watched a video on the single crochet,
Uh huh.
And one of the reasons she said that she does a single crochet last is because it's small. It's hard to see what you're doing with it. And so as a brand new crocheter, it's hard to see the stitch. It's hard to see the body of the stitch. It's hard to count that stitch. So she really wanted us to get a good feel for holding the yarn, holding the needle, doing the double, doing the half double, and all of that, reading the top of the stitch, reading the rows before we did the single. And that made a lot of sense.
Totally makes sense.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And, you know, when you're doing the single, when you're doing a whole bunch of the single, you don't get very far very fast. And that's also a little bit disheartening when you're just getting started, when you're just getting started with something. And that's kind of why I liked her starting you right off the bat with the half double. I'm sorry, with the double. And then you get something done pretty darn quick when you're doing the double. So that I think was a really good move. Really good move. But the exciting part, well, I think we've lost her. We might have problems with her today because she's kind of in a mountainy area. 1, 2, 3.
I'm right here.
Nope. Nope. She's still gone. There. Now I think we got her back. There she is.
I'm here. Yeah.
You're there. Okay. Now.
The hills of Eastern Oregon.
Uh-huh. You were just starting to say something when I said they get a lot farther with the double.
Right. Just in defense of the single crochet, once you're, comfortable with your stitches, the single crochet makes the nicest fabric.
Oh, yeah.
I love it. I love it. The way it can make a fabric.
Yep.
That's all I was going to say.
Yeah. Super nice. Pamela started making a yarn bowl. You're crocheting a yarn bowl. That's a great idea. That's a great idea. And yarn bowls, I like them to be deeper. And I have bought the pretty wood, polished wood ones. They're not big enough. They don't hold the yarn. I like a nice deep one. So my yarn's got room to sit down inside of there and then flop around while I'm pulling stuff out. So are you making yours really deep or is it a different kind of design, Pamela? So for me, the exciting part of this week was she really focused on learning to read a pattern. Well, not only read a pattern, but read a pattern and read a chart. So when we did our test, she wanted us to do, 5 or 10, must have been 5 of them, 5 sets with 10 rows of 10 stitches in a row, 10 rows of the single crochet. Robbin did not do that. Robbin said, Robbin knows how to do a single crochet, and I've got a lot happening this week. But what I did do was look at that chart, and I studied that chart, and I did the single crochet following the chart, which is what we were supposed to do. We were supposed to do single crochets following a pattern and single crochets following the chart. So she's now having us build in using a simple chart to start reading a pattern. And that was so exciting to me. I loved that. I loved that. So that was the highlight of the week for me, was starting to read a chart. And now that, understanding what she's telling me makes sense. It makes sense. So, and I don't know what it was. Oh, I do know what it was. So this little project I'm working on right here it's a hat pattern that I'm testing. She did not tell us we couldn't show anybody, but so, you can't tell what it is. It's a pretty
you're not sharing one of her written patterns.
Right.
You're just
So,
showing your work.
but I mean, when we printed out this pattern, I was really surprised. And I've never seen this before when I've gotten a pattern from someone. Let me get to the back here. This is so cool. I get to the back of this thing and look what's on the back of this pattern. A whole big old chart.
Nice.
So I don't trust myself to follow the chart because there's a lot of very complex stuff. But I was looking at it and I was comparing this chart to what she's teaching us. And see, again, I'm confused because when she taught us, she's like, okay, you start here and you go here. But here, it looks to me, the starting point is in the middle, but maybe it's because it's in the middle of a round and we need to see what we're doing as it's a round instead of flat. And reading a chart in the round is a different beast than reading a chart in the flat.
Yes.
So oh yeah. Okay. So reading, we did the brim of the hat, and I'm just now looking at this chart, and it's the opposite. She's got us starting this. Okay. And maybe that's a thing. Maybe it's just like with other pattern things. Every pattern writer is different because we're learning in the class to start left to right, just like you normally read. This lady's got us starting on the right, going to the left. But as long as she tells us that, I get, no, that can't be.
Are we talking about a chain and then a first row?
Yes, she doesn't count the chain as the first row. So
okay.
Yeah. And in our class, she's got us counting the chain as a first row. So you start with your chain, you go to the end, and then you go back on your stitches. This lady has the arrow starting at the first row of stitches past your chain.
Okay.
So that makes sense. But see, you guys know how my mind works. Once I get something in my head, if somebody does it differently, I struggle with it a little bit. But yeah. So, but just looking at the brim part of this hat and just looking at this, once I figured that out about the chain, I can totally see what she wanted me to do.
Cool.
And it was a back post, and she's got a really nice stitch chart right there, telling us what each of the symbols mean. And so we did a single crochet with a little loopy thing on the bottom. So it was a back loop single crochet.
Back loop or back post?
Back loop.
Okay.
We did a back loop single crochet for the brim.
Oh, to get, yes.
Yeah, to make the little edging thing.
And I like the ridges.
Yeah, and you know how much I complain about that? I like the way this turned out.
Yes.
And I'll tell you why. One of the reasons I liked it, she had us do something different. And she's got a video out about this in an adult hat. This is a child size hat. So I'm not telling you anything that isn't already out in the world. On your first 2 stitches on each end of the brim on the edge, she had us go through both loops instead of just the loop. And it really tightened that up. And it looks so much nicer. And then
there are a couple little tricks like that on that style of brim that really just those little tricks that make it nice.
It makes it much tidier, and it makes it I think it gives it more body. And for me, and I'm following her rules exactly, but for me I don't hate it. And you guys know how much I hate these ribbing on these things. And I don't hate this. And I think just that little bit of a trick right there really tidied things up and made it look much, much neater. And I'm definitely going to be doing that. But yeah, I can absolutely read the simple part of this pattern. I would really have, okay, let me see if I can figure the bottom out. Okay, we did that. And now we're here. Yeah, do 3 chains and then do the star stitches all the way around. And then when you get to the end, I don't think
Oh,
I
I
could
love
have,
star stitches.
I don't know if I could have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2. I could not have figured out where to put my, I don't know if I could have figured out how to do a star stitch from this chart, but
Probably not.
yeah, but already knowing what she wants me to do, I could figure out how to do the star stitch from this.
Right. And there are lots of YouTube videos on the star stitch.
Yeah. And of course, the first one and the last one you did a little different than the regular ones. But yeah, I could totally figure this out. And then we're going to do a single chain, and then we're going to do a single crochet, and then we're going to do a chain, and then we're going to do a half double crochet, and then we're going to do a chain, and then we're going to do a half double crochet in the third loop. Yeah. I mean, just from what I've learned.
That's a camel stitch. Half double crochet in the third loop is a camel stitch.
Okay, where in the heck is the, I'm trying to get this on here without losing my place. There. I'm reading that and figuring out what it wants me to do. I am so very proud of myself because that was my goal for taking this class, was to figure out how to read these charts.
Yes.
And this one's a little tricky. It's a little bit tricky. But her stitch key is very, very good too. And I think that also has a lot to do with it. That also has a good
deal. I'm no expert on reading charts, but if it's blown up enough, it's not like tiny print.
Mm-hmm.
I do pretty good, but I believe that these classes are going to help me.
Oh, tremendously.
A lot.
Yeah, because I never could have I wouldn't even have attempted to look at that thing before. And now, as a pattern tester, I feel confident enough to reply to her. Yes, this part looks good. To me, a very beginning chart reader. So,
okay. Yeah. Yeah.
So, but yeah, that was really cool. And there was something else in this. I was really impressed with this pattern. I got to tell you, I'll be glad when I'm done with it and I can tell you guys all about it. She's just got a lot of charts and lists and things where it's easy to keep track of.
There you go.
Tells you how many stitches on every row and all that kind of stuff, which I find that to be incredibly important in a well-written pattern.
Yes.
So I would have to say that this lady's patterns are very well written. Her name is Kristen called Hooks. Oh, it's your fault. It is your fault. The reason, because I got a few things going on right now, and I never ever would have suggested that I had time to test a pattern in March. The lady's name is Hooks, Books, and Wanderlust. So that popped up in my feed. So of course I had to go see what she had to say. And then when she was looking for pattern testers, and it was this cute little baby hat, I signed up.
Right?
Thinking she was never going to tease me. But I got this much done just yesterday while I was dinking around.
Nice.
I've got two more repeats and a half a repeat, and then whatever we do at the top, and it's done. So
cool.
Yeah.
Very cool.
And she's got tons and tons of notes and really clear instructions. Plus, we can go watch the video from her adult hat, which is the same hat. It's just a different, it's an adult. Oh, I'm going to sneeze. Oh, excuse me.
Bless you. Bless you. Joe likes that.
Yeah, I covered his face and sneezed on top of him. So, but yeah, so I thought yesterday I did what I needed to do, and then I decided I'd better work on this thing. And
yeah.
other than wishing I had a different hook, I wish I had I think Susan Bates, is that the ones where it's real pointy at the end?
That's your inline hook.
Yeah, I wish I had one of those hooks because, and normally my furls are very, very pointy enough. Where's the screen? Right there. But I don't know if it's this yarn or because I'm working on such a small project. I'm really struggling to get my thing, and I'm literally having to do this and go down in between the stitches. And that's slowing me down a tad bit. To get my stitches on the hook. This is ridiculous. There. So, and I have to do that on every one of these star stitches to get that first stitch.
Yeah.
So,
who did I watch? I think it was Cinnamon Stitches yesterday. Was working up a gauge using the star stitch to try out a new yarn. Yeah. Pretty cool.
Work on gauge. We did have to do a gauge on this. And it was funny because when we signed up to do it, we had to tell her how we were going to make a gauge, how we were going to determine how much yarn we used, and there was something else. And I had to really stop and think. Yeah, we do a gauge, and then we'll measure it like this, and then I'll weigh the yarn and determine how many yards I'm using. And it was really interesting.
Yeah. Well, that's good practice.
Yeah, it was good stuff. But yeah, so I mean, already being able to use the information that I've learned from what's her name? Salina. Already being able to use the information that I've used from Salina has helped me.
Cool.
So that
very
was
cool.
Yeah.
It's valuable information.
Oh,
I mean, I just started the module of reading a pattern, and I've been reading patterns for years and years, and I'm learning. It's valuable information.
So I know next week she has us making a washcloth from a chart and a pattern. I'm not going to look at the pattern at all. I'm just going to look at the chart and see if I can do it. But I'll do the pattern as well because I want to see what I can learn from her about reading patterns. But I definitely want to do the whole thing from the chart first so that I don't have it in my brain what I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Like anything else, you got to practice.
Right. So, what did you learn this week?
So, pattern reading. So, I believe the learning path, the whole huge learning path comes with your ACA membership. And of course, there are different modules. And I just finished the swatch and gauge module that had like 4 classes in it. And I just started the pattern reading module, which I believe has 4 classes in it. The classes is on the parts of a pattern. I mean, if you think about it, if you go to read a book, you've got your copyright page, your title page, your index, and then your chapters, right? Well, patterns, when following a standard, start out with a cover page. And that's all of your preliminary information. That's, hopefully a picture of the finished project, the name of the project, name of the designer, the yarn, the materials, the gauge, the stitch key, the special stitches, instructions for special stitches, and any little notes that need to be, clarified before you go on to the instruction page.
Mm-hmm.
So just the structure of how a pattern is put together was very interesting. And at the end, the bottom of the instructions, a chart. Plus, we had, we are referencing another washcloth pattern, which is awesome. So yeah, that's where there was a chart, and it's a different pattern from the last. Like from the swatch learning module, when we were swatching for gauge, for practice, for function, all those things. That had a washcloth pattern, but this one's different and it's lovely. And I can't remember because it's been 2 weeks now, what that stitch was. But it's a gorgeous washcloth. And I really learned a lot about the structure of a written pattern. And, even the placement of the chart. It was amazing. And how she went into detail of each of those different items that need to be on the cover page, that need to be included in the instructions, and all of that. So it was really nice to, go through that, even though, I've been reading patterns for a minute. I so love these classes. I love them. I was able to, bring up one of the download. There were several downloads, it seems like, for this module. But, I brought up the one that basically followed along with the video, and I was able to answer all 10 questions. I think I mistapped on one of them. I think I got 9 out of 10. So I'm not a perfect expert, whatever. But I love these. I mean, it really is the way these little tests, little learning modules and tests are set up is just to reinforce that knowledge, by going back over the download, and having that in front of me while I'm listening to the video, and then having it in front of me, when I answer the same questions is really helpful to me to cement those facts in my head. So parts of a pattern is what I studied this week, and I believe there's 3 more classes in the pattern reading module. I can hardly wait to go on with those. And then
I'm very excited about pattern reading because one of the things I struggle with is, and we've talked about this before, is the parentheses and the brackets and the stars. The stars I understand. The parentheses and the brackets and the stars within the parentheses and the brackets. But just like we found out with that mystery thing, the rules don't matter if the pattern writer doesn't follow the rules.
Right, yeah. Yeah. If they're not following a standard.
Man, did that mess us up in that thing. And you know what's going to be a problem now? When I actually do get back to it, I'm going to forget how to decipher her stuff.
Yeah,
it for a while.
I watched a couple videos yesterday on recreating some of the vintage patterns from the late 1800s, early 1900s, and how vague those patterns were. And this one gal was recreating a sweater, and at one point she says, well, it just said to crochet this square so many wide by so many tall, but it didn't say how to crochet it. Yeah. Where I think I have read somewhere it got into my mind that when they tell you to just crochet, they mean a single crochet if it's written in U.S. terms.
Okay.
But I'm not an expert. Like when I wanted to recreate that leaf motif, I needed, Karen from KB Fibers to interpret that for me. Otherwise, I wouldn't have ever been able to do it. So grateful that she did. But, just if you haven't picked up that knowledge somewhere along the lines,
right,
there's no way you can go back and interpret those patterns
Right.
because there was no standard.
Oh, no. And they were written so unusual.
Oh, yes. One gal went down this rabbit hole. She found this beautiful little, it was like a thread crochet purse. And somebody recreated it and called it their own. And then someone else said, this looks like so-and-so's purse, who was published somewhere else. So she followed that rabbit hole and finally found where somebody actually just interpreted that little purse pattern, and others had just copied it and not referenced where they got it from.
Whoa.
Yeah. Amazing.
Not cool.
Not cool. Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
And I'm running into a lot of that these days. I found, okay, so you guys know I got a thermal stitch pot holder tutorial on YouTube. And I got that from another thermal stitch pot holder tutorial on YouTube from years ago. And now the thermal stitch pot holder tutorials have exploded on YouTube. There are hundreds of them. Somebody in the Ribbler app, maybe 8 months ago, a year ago, uploaded a pattern for a thermal stitch pot holder, and they're charging like $5 for the pattern. And in her pattern, it says, this is an original pattern.
What?
Yeah. She had the nerve. I shouldn't say she had the nerve. She may not be very educated on the subject. Because, like we've had to ask Salina questions along these lines.
Right, absolutely.
To make sure that we're, doing the right thing. Because she's the expert. So she may just, the gal that did this may just be a little inexperienced in that area.
Yeah, that's like saying that you've created the granny square.
Right. Right. I'm going to sell you a digital download pattern of a granny square. Yeah.
I don't think so.
Yeah. So anyway, I am really looking forward to doing a deep dive into the next couple of classes on the pattern reading. Now, I think there's another module that has 4 classes in it. And then I go into the stitches, the module that teaches all these stitches. And that is just a huge list of classes.
Fun.
That's going to be a long list of classes right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, that's what I learned. Parts of a pattern.
And I think that's really good knowledge, not only for your benefit, but I know the other day when we were talking, in fact, it was when Salina was on, and Batman came on, and she said, I am brand new. I don't even know what to look for to determine if a pattern is well written or not. And that's a great point, because then just like Azza, for instance, and I'm not knocking her because the pattern is fabulous. We're just struggling with reading it. So this mystery thing that we're doing, I think it's over now, maybe one more week. I did good. I kept up for 3 weeks and then I lost my mind. But that would have been awful for a beginning crocheter. Absolutely awful. But just what you were saying, I want to think that if somebody is writing a pattern and they have got all those elements that you have just went through in the cover pages, there's a very good chance the pattern itself is going to be done right. Right.
And it's another reason, that point of being able to, evaluate a pattern, not only if it's structured like, with a cover page with all the right information on it and everything, done like that. Also, it's easier to do a practice swatch. It's
Mm-hmm.
another reason, to do a practice swatch. If you can read it well, test that pattern out in a practice swatch to see, to evaluate whether or not this is really going to work
Mm-hmm.
for you. Is your yarn, is it soft enough? Is it stiff enough? Is it right? When you work up a swatch, that vintage sweater video that I was watching the other day, I really commend her because she wanted to do the original pattern justice.
Mm-hmm.
And she took, so first she found this yarn, it's a 3-way, blah, blah, blah. She was using an H hook or something, I don't know. And she worked up a whole panel of this sweater before she realized that yarn really wasn't going to work.
Oh, wow.
Yes, but kudos to her for I linked it, I think. No, I didn't link it, but I will link it under the community tab later. Kudos to her. She actually made 3 tries at this shirt and ripped out the first 2. On the 3rd try, she found a yarn, a DK. She decided what hook to use, and this time she worked up a practice swatch. And that's what told her when she worked up that practice swatch and the way that drape was and how that bamboo, cotton, and viscose was going to work so much better for this particular shirt than the wool version she was trying to use before. Mm-hmm. Another great reason, which was described in that learning module, to do swatches.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. If you're going to spend that much time and money on some of these yarns are very expensive.
Yes.
And some of these patterns are very intricate. If you're going to spend that much time and money working something up, save the frustration level and spend a couple of hours to see if these things are going to work.
Right. Evaluate that pattern to see if it's written in a way you understand, and evaluate it then by practicing it.
Yeah. That's a really good point, especially something that intricate.
Yeah.
So Pamela says, I fell down the rabbit hole of Hook Books and Wanderlust. She has a book club. Her co-host started a reading blanket based on the temperature blanket concept. How cool. I'm going to have to look into that. Well, Hooks, Books, and Wanderlust. That sounds right up our alley, doesn't it, Miss Dana?
Yes, it absolutely does. I think I'm subscribed to her. I think I just recently saw her come up in my feed, and I subscribed to her. Pretty sure.
I have spent the last few weeks cleaning out my email subscriptions because I was literally getting, in the course of a single day, I would get 500 or 600 emails. And I was missing some really important emails because I was getting all this.
You're going the wrong way.
I subscribed to everybody. So I have spent the last few weeks unsubscribing, and trying to get away from all the ads, which forget that. But hers is what I've got, maybe a dozen blogs now, newsletters that I've stayed subscribed to. And what, Deb? I think you made a mistake.
What? Huh?
Deb, you did not mean to do that.
What are you talking
about? Deb, you need to confirm with me that that's correct. Because if it is a mistake, we'll figure out how to fix it.
What are you talking about?
I'm speechless. So
let's
make sure that that's not a mistake, Deb.
Tell me what you think is a mistake.
There's a super sticker for $49.
Pretty cool.
I'm sure it's an error.
You can always PayPal her back.
Yeah, I will fix that if that is a mistake.
Okay.
Are you kidding me, Deb?
Way to go,
Oh
Deb.
my God.
Let me get my fuel up here. Can you still hear me?
Oh my God. Yes. You're going to
Okay.
make me cry.
Yeah.
Now I got it. Hold on. We got to get the pom-poms.
That is awesome.
Of course, you like the yarn pom-poms.
Yarn pom-poms are always fun.
He likes the yarn pom-poms. Oh my Lord. Oh. Here, let's do some yarn pom-poms. These are yarn colors from our Lizzie blanket. Yarn pom-poms. Deb likes the yarn pom-poms.
Yay!
I am going to cry. I am so glad you're getting value from this, Deb. That is absolutely phenomenal.
I love it. I love that she did that.
Oh, I am just stunned. I am just stunned. Yeah, and I was on a live one time and some lady had done something similar, and then she was freaking out because obviously she had meant to do, $5 or something, and so they were trying to figure out how to fix it, and so I just wanted to make sure it wasn't a mistake before. Oh my God, I can't believe that. I cannot believe it.
Speaking of Lizzie blanket,
yes, ma'am.
Let's show you how far I've gotten on it.
Well, I haven't even officially started, so.
Oh, well, yeah.
It doesn't even start for 2 more weeks.
Okay,
oh,
well.
Look.
3 rows.
It's beauteous.
Thank you. Yes. That's it. No, Jack, you're going to stay in this time.
What I'm doing with mine, because of course I'm way ahead of everybody, of the whole thing, because I'm doing mine way ahead, and I am at a horrible point. And so
you mean with the border?
Yeah.
I love the border. I love that border.
It's beautiful. Mine does not look nearly as good as hers. I will tell you that right now.
It'll smooth out.
Yeah,
and
that's right.
It's, it's a good thing to practice. That border takes some practice. So your first one isn't going to be perfect.
No, not at all. But it is still a good process, and it's still interesting. And I still love how it's working out.
Such a gorgeous blanket. Gorgeous. Very pretty.
And those of you who are using her pattern and her yarn, well, obviously her pattern, but those of you that bought her yarn, I'm ending up with quite a bit left over. So if you decide you want to use a bigger hook, or she gives you the multiples in the pattern. If you wanted to add another multiple, you will have plenty of yarn to do that with.
Yes.
I wish I would have done that.
Yeah, and I'm using a bigger hook than you. I'm using the 4.0. And I am confident. I've got one skein of every color, 15 different colors. I'm confident that it's going to I'm going to have plenty.
Yeah. And you're probably going to have at least a third of your yarn left over.
Yeah. To give away.
Some of my colors in 100-gram skein, I still have almost 70 grams left.
Wow.
But those may be colors we picked and use quite a bit on the border, because I have not my border. So
yeah.
But I think I've decided I'm going to either do a sweater or a shawl out of the leftover, and I'm going to use the same pattern. That would make a glorious shawl.
Darla sweater.
Yeah, I thought Darla sweater, especially that last one that she did with the hood, and she used 2 strands of the 3-weight held together. That's the first thing I thought of.
Yes.
That would be so beautiful.
A Darla sweater. Oh, I'm getting fuel. Can you tell?
I think, yes, we can tell. So you're in Oregon, so they do that for you, right?
What? No.
Mister's over here going, no. They do it
Plus,
for the muggles, but not the truck drivers.
right, yeah. Plus, I drove a diesel pickup living in Idaho, so I'm used to pumping diesel.
Yeah.
And in Oregon now, in some areas of the state, you can pump your own fuel now.
Oh, is that
Well,
right?
yeah. Of course, when you pull up, somebody's going to come running out going, what can I get for you? And you're like, go away. I'm going to pump my fuel. No, I'll get it for you. No, I'll get it.
I love them doing that.
And, well, with my diesel pickup, I didn't want anybody messing with it.
Right.
And it's like, no, I'll get it. And I'm just not accustomed to people pumping fuel for me.
Right. Well, we aren't either. We get to Oregon and somebody comes running to do that. We're like, what are you doing?
What are you doing? I know it. It's like, you're in my face. Go away.
Yeah. But once you figured out what was happening, that was pretty darn cool.
Yeah.
Being treated like queens. But
I don't mind it when I'm like in Oregon City in my mom's car. I'm like, yeah, go ahead. I don't know. It still feels a little weird to me. Yes, I grew up in Oregon, but I have spent most of my adult life in Colorado and Idaho. And so going back to Oregon, it feels odd to me that, they're like a panting dog at my window. We're going to get for you. And I'm like, oh, you go away.
Yeah. Well, and then you got to hand them your debit card or credit card.
Yeah, I hate that.
Odd.
I hate handing somebody my card.
Yeah. Don't like
I've had my number stolen and sold.
Yeah. And
I woke up one morning to a phone call from PayPal, and they're like, and I was in Colorado, and I had used my card like twice the day before, and it was the loss prevention, whatever, department of PayPal, and they go, well, we feel like, this wasn't you trying to use your card for $4,000 in Moscow. And I said, Idaho? She says, Russia.
Oh.
Nope. Wasn't me.
Yeah, no, that would be correct. Yeah, they blocked mine the other night. I was shopping on Amazon, but I made I had to buy some supplies for my work, for my job, my business, not my work. Because that's a scam out there too. And I didn't want you guys to go, no, don't do that. And so I had to buy some new mannequins, and oh my gosh, they've got so I was spending over $1,200 on one thing.
Wow. And that's a big Amazon purchase.
Yes, it is. And we ran it through Morgan's Amazon. So we did the link through my YouTube, ran it through Morgan's Amazon, so I would get the credit for the purchase. Oh,
yes, that's a great idea. You might get some money back.
Yes, and then we used my credit card on her account. So then my bank went, no. No. So we had to approve that one.
Yeah.
But, thankfully, that is a thing.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, it could be a problem.
Yeah.
And I have been stuck in Texas, where they have literally shut off my credit card. American Express will do that. They think there's a problem, and if they can't get a hold of you, they just shut it off. And I'll be like, well, it's a good thing I stay at my daughter's and I don't have to pay a hotel bill.
Right.
Ask for my car, because my credit card is dead. It's gone. So
when I started driving truck, I walked into my credit union and said, I'm going to be driving coast to coast, and
Mm-hmm.
I will be using my debit card. And they're like, okay, but we'll still keep an eye on it.
Yeah.
So far, I haven't had a problem, but, well, somebody tell me how this happens. Okay, so I have a Facebook like business page, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, not like my profile, but like a page.
Yeah.
And I was running Facebook ads on it occasionally, not often, you know, little cheap ones.
Mm-hmm.
One morning, like the day before I was supposed to go, you know, start driving for this company, I saw all these charges coming out of my checking account. And
Oh
they were
no.
coming through PayPal, which is how I was linked to Facebook ads, you
Mm-hmm.
know, like running advertisements.
Mm-hmm.
And somebody somehow got into my Facebook ads account and started running very expensive ads for Russian wine.
Hmm.
Yeah. So, you know, I'm like freaking out. You know, all my money is leaving my account.
Yeah.
And it's going from, you know, from Facebook to PayPal to the credit union to my checking account. It's all just
Yeah.
siphoning right out of there. Well, PayPal wasn't
They don't
being
care.
helpful.
No.
And
They don't care at
yeah,
all.
no, they don't care. And neither
That
did
happened to my
Facebook.
girlfriend.
Right. So I don't know. Are they seriously just trying to get free advertising for their product? It seems like there would be like some underlying motive to this besides stealing my ad account and my money for these ads. But anyway, you know, PayPal and Facebook were not helping me.
Nope.
I got a hold of my credit union and they go, oh, we'll take care of that.
Yeah.
And all that money got put back.
Yeah. A friend of mine, same thing. She's got a little what is it? She sells Rodan and Fields. She sells that and she does these little ads. And all of a sudden, she said one day, just all this money is coming out. And she got a hold of them and they wouldn't do anything. They're like, nope, we got no proof it's not you. Really? Because this is my history. I do $50 a week every week. And now
Right?
with $3,000? Nope, you can't prove it's not you.
Well, my credit union went to bat for me, and that money was in my account in 24 hours.
Wow.
Yeah, they were great. And I still have the same PayPal account. So, you know, nobody got into my PayPal.
Mm-hmm.
PayPal, and honestly, PayPal didn't lose any money. PayPal was just like the in between Facebook and my checking account. But Facebook to this day will not let me run an ad.
Really?
I've been banned from running Facebook ads because of that.
That's interesting.
It's like, fine, you know, we're talking about $20 ads, you know, once every 3 months.
Yeah.
Big deal.
Mm-hmm. Not a problem.
Ontario, Oregon. I just,
And all that stuff just scares me so much.
yeah.
Just
Yeah.
scares me.
So the reason why I said Ontario, Oregon, I went to college here.
Oh.
I studied horse production here at TVCC.
Is that where you're the rodeo queen?
No, I was rodeo queen back in the Dalles my senior year in high school. This was college. And every time I come into Ontario, all I can think is back to the scene of the crime.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it was a party year, that's for sure.
Yeah, I imagine.
Couldn't do that today, that's for sure.
I know. I went back to college. Seriously, I mean, I had always taken a class here and a class there because I always had to work. I couldn't do the whole college thing.
Right.
And so I went to college when I was in my 50s. I think I was like almost 55. And so I get into this. I can remember this clear as a bell. First day of actual class, I walk into the building. I didn't even walk in the building yet. I'm sitting in my car watching all these children,
Children.
4-year-old walking into the building, and I'm sitting there and I'm like, what am I doing? I can't do this. And I called my girlfriend and I'm bawling. I can't all these kids and I kept calling. And she's like, get your ass out of the car and get in the building. You are smarter than half of the people walking in there.
Right.
And if it wasn't for her, I probably never would have gone into the building. And then I'm in the building and I took a hard class. It's one of my science classes, and I took it by itself because I'm smart enough to know that I'm not that smart and I can't take a science class with the other classes. And so I'm taking this is biology. I'm taking this biology class, and it's me and 25 children. Some of them are still in high school. And so they're like between 17 and 22 years old. And I'm just like, and I'm taking all the notes, and they've got the computers and they're going tippy, and I'm writing out notes on paper.
No, because that's how we did it.
That's how we did it. And they've got their textbooks are on the computer, and I have an actual book that I'm highlighting as she's talking, and I'm asking questions, and I'm in the front row. That's how dweeby I am, it's because I can't freaking see the board otherwise.
Right, exactly. And if there's too many people between me and the instructor, like, I'll get distracted. I need to be there.
So I'm doing this class, and I can remember at one point we're a week or two in, and I'm feeling just a tad overwhelmed, and I'm going home and I'm doing the homework 2 or 3 hours every night. And I'm just feeling like, oh dear God, what have I done? And so I went to the teacher one day and I said, tell me, am I completely over my head? Was this the stupidest? And she goes, no, you pay attention. You ask good questions. And I can tell that you're paying attention to the answers by the
good involved instructor.
Yeah, it was fabulous. Well, she could have blew me off and I'd have been done. So here comes the first test, right? And I get major test anxiety. And so we're doing the test, and we're doing the test, and we're doing the test, and we finish the test. So the way I'm, again, 1,000 years old, and I'm expecting to get a paper back with my grade on it. No, that's not how we do things in college. So the way we do it is you pull up this program, and based on the last 4 numbers of your student ID, you see what your grade was.
Okay.
I'm terrified. So we're all out in the hallway because the test results have come up. As she tells us in the class, okay, test results are, you can test after class, you can look at your test results. So we're out in the hallway, and I don't want to look. So these children, they're bringing up the test results, and like, this one got a C, and this one got a B, and this one got a whatever, and it's it's numbered grades, it's 9 levels. And somebody says, what'd you get, Robbin? I'm like, I don't know, I don't want to look. Well, what's your number? So I told them my number, and they're like, you got an A+. I got like a 99. How'd you get an A+? What did you do? And I'm like, I studied like every day. After the class, did the homework. Well, guess what? Now everybody wants to study with Robbin. So now there's the Robbin study group.
Oh, lovely.
So now me and all these children are hanging out. It wasn't the library. There's this room down the hall. And so after every class, everybody come down with Robbin and study with Robbin.
Yeah. Well, now you can do everything online. I can even get a degree in horse training online.
Yeah.
Because of if I've got a good video of doing the assignment on a colt,
Yep.
and it's clear in the video, I send that in and I can get a degree in horse training.
Yep, everything. The classes that I took then, and I was horrified that we had to do 3 or 4 of our classes online. The whole degree is done online now. And I'm like, I was talking, because I'm actually on the board now at the college. And I was like, I can't believe that these classes are online. They were horrific in person, where you could ask a question. You can't even ask the instructors a question. Everything's pre-recorded. And I'm like, how can they learn anything if there's no interaction? It's just like with us. When we get stuck on something, we've got someone to go to. And before we had this ability,
we have life.
Before we had this ability to ask each other how to do things, it was awful. Yeah, I just can't even imagine these classes.
It's like you go to antique pattern, right? Well, you go to the antique pattern library, and those patterns, they're big. Sometimes they just say, "So crochet the pattern and have a good day," and you're like, "What? What? Wait a second." Yeah, but now we have lifelines, like that leaf motif that I wanted to do. Thankfully, you know, I had a lifeline in Karen, and she did a tutorial on it. You can even get a written pattern from her.
Yeah. So yeah,
Wonderful.
that was my experience going back to school, being very old. And I graduated with honors. Thank you very much.
Nice. Good job.
Yep.
My claim to fame going to college was I lettered on the varsity drinking team as a freshman.
Ooh, good girl. Yeah. I won a tequila drinking contest, drinking tequila shots, not at school, but at a bar. The Jimmy Buffett, Margaritaville tequila, when it first came out, they were going around to all the bars, doing stuff. And they came to the bar that we went to all the time, and they held a tequila drinking contest. Can you imagine doing such a thing nowadays? So they get to this bar and they do this tequila drinking contest.
Don't get me wrong, I used to love tequila, but how many?
Guess how many shots they drink?
How many?
Come on, guess.
How many?
Guess. Come on.
I don't know. 20.
1. I was the only one that did it. I drank 1 shot and I won the contest.
Nice.
It took everything in my power to drink that one, because I don't do shots, and I especially don't do tequila. But I had some friends teach me how to drink tequila shots. No, you don't do that. They said
I did that.
What makes it bad? Just drink it down. I'm like, all right.
I like the salt and the lime, though. Yeah. I mean, that was part of the experience. I liked it.
The best part. That's the best part. So I still have my prize, which was a Margaritaville T-shirt. I still have it.
Can I? Come here. Okay.
Yeah, I am such a lightweight. I
am not alone.
I do not drink. So that's hilarious that I can say that I did that.
Yeah.
Absolutely hilarious. The bar would get busy. Like if
I never did the beer bonging.
Oh no, I don't drink beer even at all. But we would get busy at the bar, and they knew I never drank, so they would pull me up to help serve. They'd either put me behind the bar or help waiting tables, because they knew I would never have been. If I'd have been drinking, I couldn't have done it. But they always knew. Well, Robbin's not drinking. Have her start waiting tables.
Okay, so here's something I don't understand. When you watch a bar scene in a movie or a TV show, like the patron will buy the bartender a shot, and they both take a shot, and it's like that ain't real in Oregon, where I, had to get a liquor license. Yeah. Yes. I mean, where is that real?
What they're doing is they're either drinking water or they're doing it and just not getting caught.
Yeah.
So.
Well, it's TV, so who knows how real that is. Right. But it always drove me nuts. I mean, I had to go to class in order to serve beer in Oregon. Right. So,
same here.
Same here.
Oh, Jack is so handsome.
He's a good-looking little dog. He's not very bright, but he is pretty.
Let's give away our prize.
Let's give away the
prize so that we can get totally off project, off topic.
Okay, yeah.
We haven't been off topic so far, right?
No, when we were talking about classes, right?
Yeah. Classes. Different types of classes. It does say go to school. It doesn't say what school.
Right. I took horse production and lettered on the varsity drinking team.
Yep.
As a freshman, without beer bonging.
Yeah. Okay. Can you guys see this?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
So what are they going to win for those who don't know?
So for those who don't know, we are giving away a class that Miss Salina Baca from the American Crochet Association has so kindly donated to us. And I don't have clue what the name of the class is because I forgot.
It is the Crochet Skill Building Workshop.
That's right.
Is that right? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
That is not the class that either Dana or and I don't even think either one of us said. I am taking the beginner class. And what are you taking right now?
I am going through the whole learning module that comes with my ACA membership. The whole learning path is what it's called, with all these different modules. And right now the module I'm on is pattern rating.
Okay. So this is a complete different class than either one of us are doing. And we have both decided that once we're done with this round of classes, we are each going, because she's already purchased that class, the one we're giving you guys today. Dana has already purchased. I have not. So I will purchase it when we're done. And then we're going to do that class as well. So if you guys want to hang out till we're done with this one, those of you who win this one want to hang out and do it with us, that would be delightful. Or if you want to do it before us and then go, look at those guys, look what they're doing, that's delightful as well. So Dana, you want to pick a word this week?
Yes.
I would say don't pick the word Dickie.
Let's not do that one. That didn't work. Yeah, okay. So I'm going by Black Canyon Highway. So we're going to use the word canyon. CANYON.
Okay, so that's the word. So anybody who would like to put in for the drawing for the giveaway, please type in the word canyon, CANYON. If you have already won this prize, please do not enter again. This is one we would like to share the love.
And this is number 3 of 10, correct?
Correct. Number 3 of 10.
Okay, so hit the button.
Hit the button. Did we have anybody do the word yet?
You just hit the button. Just hit the button.
Oh my gosh.
Every week. Okay, there you go. Now, don't worry about it because it will go all the way back to the beginning of the line.
Okay.
Yeah. Canyon. CANYON.
Got it. Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you guys for coming in today. I know it is so hard to find us. We are all over the place. And last week, poor Dana, last week I was sending her emails and what I thought I was telling her was, I can't do this right now. And she thought I was telling her, where are you? I'm in the live right now. And so she's freaking out and I'm freaking out. And
And we're like, let's give ourselves a break and just
finally
cancel this week.
because neither one of us could we couldn't get a time when both of us, she was driving, she was in a canyon, she was trying to unload, I was in the middle of a baby shower. So
yeah, I was delivering my load. So yeah, and that baby shower went long for you, but how fun.
It went long.
How
It
fun.
was fun. It was so fun. And okay, we've got 5 entries. You guys have a super good chance of winning today because not very many people either. I think several people in here have already won it. And
no, we've only given it away twice.
Yeah. But I know one of the ladies in here has won it already. I see her name. Lisa's in here and she already won it.
Lisa the Granny Scattered.
Lisa! And boy, do I owe Lisa a thank you, a big fat thank you to Miss Lisa. Hey, okay, there's a few more. Queens, put your word in. Put the word in.
Oh, Bridget.
I should. Okay. And Miss Morgan is on a date, so she's missing out today.
Boys, ew, boys, ew.
All right. Okay, let's do it. We've got 6. Are we ready? Oh, there's another one.
Spinning. Oh, yeah. Type in the word canyon to win the skill building workshop from the American Crochet Association.
This is a great prize, you guys. A great
prize. It's awesome.
Okay.
I've kind of peeked ahead in it, and I can hardly wait.
I haven't peeked at it. I'm jelly that I can't win it. I'm going to have Mr. Stewart putting in for it. Okay. We need to teach him. You guys want to hear something funny? Even though I tease Miss Morgan about the boyfriend, he had a job interview the other day, and I mean, this is one of those rough, tough He-Man type jobs, right? So in the job interview, they ask him, "What are your hobbies?" Do you know what he told them?
What did he say?
He goes, "I don't really have a lot of hobbies, but I'm going to have my girlfriend teach me how to crochet."
That's hysterical. Yeah, we need you to swing a hammer and and build things.
He got the job, and Morgan's like, "Well, now you have to learn how to crochet because they're going to want to see.
They're going to want to see your progress, dude."
Yep. Okay, here we go. We're drawing.
Let's hit it. Who is it?
Deb!
Good job, Deb. Yay!
All right.
That is great. Congratulations, Deb. I hope you really dive into this skill building workshop because it's great. It is great to just know that you've gone through it. I've been kind of peeking through. I'm kind of several classes into it until I got to the point where I actually had to crochet something because I don't got time to crochet. So, there's no crocheting going on here.
Did anybody notice that Robbin set up the giveaway tool all by herself? Yeah, all by herself.
She did it.
With no instructions whatsoever.
Good job. Good job. And that giveaway tool is handy. That is
nice. That is really, really nice. Okay, so Deb, you know the email address. Let me put it up here just to make sure. Where is it? So just email me your best email, and then I will ignore the date on that. I will forward to her your email, and then she sends the information to you.
Cool.
Tadamon, I don't know why it hid that. Let me unhide it. Show. There. Okay.
Woo!
Oh,
Wind's
cool.
blowing.
Lisa the Grammy, you won a giveaway on Tatamama's channel. Nice.
Nice.
So I got an IOU, Miss Lisa. Did you get the Oh, not yet. I haven't received it yet, if that's what you're asking me. And I was just going to thank you because your note was what made me realize that I had won it. So no, it's
Good
not
job,
here yet.
Lisa.
Yeah, but I did see your email on that when I was going through my emails. I'm like, oh, so then I went and I was going to watch it. I just hadn't yet. I had seen it drop and I was going to go in and watch it to see who won the things that I gave away. And so I was so surprised. And then last week we had, what was her name? Tori, the crafty girl, Tori, and she is a whiz on those knitting machines. So she's making me feel like maybe this is something I can actually do. I'm very excited about that. But yeah. Hey, just so you know, and I know she's probably not in here right now, but prayers for Miss Amber. Her mom's back in the hospital again. They went in to do a treatment and they decided that she was pretty sick and they put her back in the hospital. So she'll be in there a couple, 3 days anyhow. But yeah, it's just, and some people, that's not their thing, but Tori was on last Tuesday. So just pop back and watch last Tuesday morning video. This week, you guys, it's going to be so awesome. And I got to remember to send out the reminder to her. And of course, I can't remember her name. But do you remember a few weeks ago, we were, yeah, right. We were all looking at that blanket that we all went to Mary Maxim and bought that blanket kit because it was the crochet quarterly month, the quarterly crochet kit that Mary Maxim sent out. And then it was on sale and on their website. And a bunch of us were super excited about it. And several people went and bought it. Well, I got a hold of the designer of that kit, and she is my guest this week.
Woo! That is awesome, Robbin.
Yeah. So
that is amazing.
I have no clue, but give me a second here, and I will tell you. Oh, her name is. Okay, this was that 4-day throw that we know none of us are doing in 4 days.
Right. Yeah.
And she even said in her thing that it was she did 4 8-hour solid days. So
wow.
Let me find the beginning.
My body can't take that. My body just can't take it.
No, absolutely not. So her channel is called Handmade by Stacy J. Handmade by Stacy J. And she did a scarf for her doggy. There's her doggy scarf. It reminds me of Jack. Jack needed the doggy scarf.
Yeah, that would last.
I saw a doggy scarf pattern on something recently, and on the edge of the scarf, you know how you can do a little border on thingies, and sometimes they look like little hearts. It was little dog bones. I want to know how to make the dog bones. Okay.
Well, there's a pattern for that, like for a scarf. Like I did the scarf with the paw prints on it for Mom, and a matching hat. There's also one of dog bones. It's kind of like that. Call the midwife dragonfly fillet. It's like that.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
it's a thing.
So the pattern that she had picked for Mary Maxim, it was called the number 4-day throw. And of course, I can't get this thing to go back to the beginning so I can show because, well, here's the beautiful throw. It was just stunning. And that's what caught my eye was because isn't that gorgeous? because it
Very
was
pretty.
different. It wasn't the same old, zigzag stitch crochet throw that they gave us every month. And so
Yeah.
but then when I found out that there was a tutorial, then I got super excited, and then I went to the tutorial, and she saw, because it was my unboxing video, and she saw my video, and yes, she got super excited when she saw my video.
That's
And
awesome.
yes, and then she commented on my video, so then I tracked her down, of course, and invited her to be on the show. So she's my guest on the show this week. So I really, really, really hope you guys will give her some love. And we're going to see, have we ever talked to somebody whose pattern has been chosen for the crochet of the month or crochet of the quarter for Mary Maxim?
That is great.
And I cannot wait to learn how that happens. I'm super stoked to learn about that process. So
and more about her as a designer.
As a designer.
Yeah.
See all the cool things that she has designed and how long she's been designing. And yeah, I am very, very excited to.
That is so cool.
Oh, that's pretty. Oh, that's pretty.
Here she goes. We lost Robbin. She's going down the rabbit hole.
Yeah, doesn't take much. Wow. Oh, that's pretty.
Yeah.
The low tide throw. King Cole. And she knits too. Mm-hmm. Oh, she's done a couple dog scarves. So we know she's a dog person, so we automatically love her.
Yes.
Automatically we love her. And she's doing all kinds of cool, amazing things. Lots of how to do different stitch type videos. Oh, look at, that's knit. Yeah. Move along. We'll never be able to make that. Well, and in fact, I remember her, when I saw that pattern, when I saw that tutorial, I said, this looks like something that was knit. And that's what she said. She saw a knit pattern and thought, I can turn this into crochet. And that was her.
Right.
You're right. You're absolutely right, Deb. She does design for Lion Brand. She also designs for Creative Grandma. She was saying Creative Grandma, but I've never talked to anybody who's had their thing turned into a crochet of the month or a crochet of where we end up with a kit in our hands to do this.
Right.
So it's a different kind of thing in my world. So yes, I can go on to Mary Maxim and buy one of Creative Grandma's patterns, but to me that's different than having your pattern being sent out to everybody blindly in this subscription thing.
Right. Yeah. I like that.
Super cool. Yeah, we've talked to several
really cool
designers on here. We've had Jane from what is it? Just Off the Hook Crochet. She was really, really cool. So
I love her.
I know. Her patterns are so neat. And she does, one of the reasons I like her patterns is she does the same kind of concept as Darla and Angela, where it's not, okay, do this many stitches. It's do this till it fits you.
You don't. Right. It's to size. Those patterns are to fit. I love that.
Nice.
Well,
it's amazing.
Dry and clear in Boise, Idaho.
Very nice. We like that.
Yeah.
We like that.
So welcome to Idaho, everybody.
Woohoo!
Yay!
Yeah. It's dry and clear here also. We didn't get the snow. It was supposed to snow more yesterday and it did not. So, and I think Mr. said he thinks we're done with snow now, at least for Lisa, I keep hearing bits and pieces. Luckily, my Hobby Lobby is over half an hour away. So I can't just pop into one, what kind of clearance stuff are that? What things are they putting on clearance? And then somebody hit Michael's and they were having the $10 boxes, which I have never even seen in a Michael's.
What's a $10 box?
They have clearance boxes for $10 and they load the
And
box.
what do they?
You have no idea what you're getting. It might be yarn, it might be craft stuff, it might be floral, but they're $10. They used to be $5. Now they're $10.
Huh.
And I would get really angry because people would go in and buy 30 of them. And I'm like, really? Really? There should be a limit.
Yeah. I might buy 2.
Yeah, you shouldn't be able to buy more than 5. I mean, let's get real. But because these people are reselling
that's $50.
Mm-hmm. And the people that buy those
they probably are.
Mm-hmm. Oh, so it was last week.
Isn't that illegal?
No, you can. Oh. There's people buying Girl Scout cookies and reselling them, jacking the prices up to like $80, $90 a box and reselling them because some of the flavors are sold out already.
Yeah.
So,
macaroons.
They got a new flavor this year and it's raspberry chocolate something, but I'm not a raspberry person. And
I love raspberry chocolate.
Yeah. I don't have a Girl Scout cookie dealer anymore, so, and I don't think they do the.
You lost your connect.
Yeah, lost my connect. So, Caramel Delight. What's the one with the coconut on top and the stripes?
Macaron.
No. I love those. Oh, and the Do-si-dos. I like the plain old. I think it's the the trifold. The trifold. It's just the little shortbread. I love the shortbread. I love it. I love the shortbread. Dee's Creative Crochet last night. Okay.
The chocolate mints.
Yeah, the chocolate mints. The thin mints. Oh, yeah.
Macarons all day long. Love that coconut. Love that. I love that chocolate.
Yep. The thin mints. Yeah. It's just, I don't even know how much they cost. I bet you they're $8 a box now. That's just my guess. I don't even know.
And how many do you get in a box?
No clue.
I haven't bought any for 20 years.
Yeah, I haven't bought any in, well, probably not since we've been driving. Because we wouldn't have known anybody since we've been driving that Salina. So probably 4 or 5 years since I've had any. Unless I happen to see them at the grocery store.
They set up when they're selling those cookies, when that time comes around every year, they set up in front of our Albertsons right there in Emmett, Idaho.
Oh, they still do? I haven't seen anybody here.
Yeah, they set up a table, and I'm like, I love you guys, but la, 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 la.
Yeah.
La, la, la.
Yeah, I just hand them $5 and say, put it in your pot.
I think I did that this last time that I saw them a year or so ago. I'm like, here's a little cash. You guys are doing a great job, because I'm just like, I just want to run past you.
Do you know? So I was at my daughter's in Texas when the Boy Scouts were doing their popcorn sale. Now, this is popcorn, one of the cheapest products on the face of the earth, right?
Unless it's flavored.
Okay, unless it's flavored. So this lady came door to door, which shocked me to start with. So she comes door to door and she's selling the popcorn, and they had the microwave popcorn and they had the pre-done popcorn, and it was caramel corn. A 12-ounce bag of caramel corn. And I'm like, okay, I know it's going to be expensive. I'll buy one bag of the caramel corn. So I've already said I'll buy the caramel corn. How much is it? How much do you think it was?
$12.
$28.
Wow.
Well, you can't say, no, sorry, never mind, because, you got the
Did you actually see that price printed on anything?
It's not printed on anything. It's not printed on anything. $28 for...
I think they were price gouging.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think that mom was price gouging.
I might have, but that's how much I paid for the one bag of Boy Scout caramel corn. So, and I knew it was. I expected it to be. I expected it to be $15. I really did.
Huh. Yeah.
You're right. I might have got took. She might have come into the nice, pretty neighborhood and said, "Cha-ching."
Yeah. And doubled the price
Mm-hmm. Because
every time
how would I
somebody asked
know?
how much it was.
How would I
Yeah.
know?
Yeah. Are you going to go check?
Yeah. So, yeah, that was. I only bought one. That's for sure. Yeah, the Crunch and Munch. That's exactly what it is. It's Crunch and Munch.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, nobody showed me any paper, Lisa. They saw me drooling over the caramel corn and like, yep, we got a live one here.
Everything's bigger in Texas,
Mm-hmm.
including the prices.
Mm-hmm. I told the kid, you better enjoy this. But yeah, it was good. It was definitely good. It wasn't $28 good.
Yeah.
So.
For that price, you could have got the ingredients and made a huge batch yourself.
Beyond.
Yeah, you
I
could
could
have
have made
fed
50
the whole
gallons of it myself.
neighborhood.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Well, Sunshine, we've been on here an hour and a half.
Okay.
Thank you guys so much for coming in. Congratulations to Miss
Congratulations, Deb. Yes. Good job, Deb.
And so let's do a couple commercials here. Please don't forget to join us on Monday Night Bingo. Bingo, bingo, bingo. Monday Night Bingo
So
at
much fun.
4:30. Miss Dana did not win last week because she went to bed because she was tired. So, because she got up at 3 a.m. to unload a load at Costco. And
Yeah.
we were done in an hour and a half, Dana.
Wow. Well, I was snoring and drooling in 10 minutes. So, yeah, because I was in Billings, Idaho, and they're like pounding on my door at 0:30. Are you ready to get unloaded? Am I?
Am I loaded?
Okay.
Where am I?
Where am I? So, yeah. I have a couple things to bring up.
Oh, bring it.
So over on the other channel, I'm going to be giving away some, there's a whole list of things. It's kind of a viewer's choice giveaway. The winner will choose something from the list of, Nutrilite products. Also, and that will be the end, March, the last of March is the end of the first quarter of 23, where I was focusing on Nutrilite. The second quarter, February, March, April, May, June, I am going to be trying a different company altogether, LifeWave patches.
Oh, LifeWave.
So I've placed an LifeWave patches.
Okay.
Did you hear? Okay, so April, May, and June, I'm going to be trying LifeWave patches. We are completely getting out of Amway. For 3 months, I'm going to be, trying out these LifeWave patches. The X39 and the X49 patches are already on the way. I might add another patch to the mix, somewhere along the line. And then at the end of that quarter, of course, I'll be giving away some LifeWave patches. But at the end of March, I'll be doing the Nutrilite giveaway. Okay. Of the whole list. There's a whole list of products that the winner can choose one of. That's coming up. So
okay, Miss Deb says she loves LifeWave. She's familiar with it.
Great. Good. I'm getting familiar with it.
So what is the email address of your other channel?
DBE. email address?
Whatever you said the other channel, and I lost my brain. How do we access your other channel?
Dana Two Ponies?
Yes.
Yeah, the Dana Two Ponies channel.
Dana 2 TWO. Dana 2
Ponies.
Let me see if I can put that in here. DANATWO. Nope. OPONIES.
There might be a dash in there. I'm not sure. But you commented on that mustard video that I did over on that channel. So you've seen that channel.
Okay.
It's a much smaller channel. Yeah. Maybe you could look up Walla Walla of sweet onion mustard, and the video will come up that you commented on.
That mustard is so good. It just popped up. So, and I spelled it wrong, of course. 2 is spelled TWO because, you know, Robbin can't.
Yes.
There you go. Thank you, Lisa.
Thank you, Lisa.
Yeah. So pop over there.
So those things are coming up. Yeah. And that Walla Walla sweet onion mustard. Oh, Mom and Aunt Martha were thrilled when they tasted that. And the 2 soup mixes that I gave them, they're looking forward to trying those. So, and also I want to publicly thank Wanda, Crochet Done My Way with Wanda. She sent my mom an Instant Pot because she wasn't using it anymore, and it was like brand new. And mom's Instant Pot just quit working a while back, so Mom is thrilled with that. Thrilled.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, we use ours nearly every day. Mr. cooked. He cooked some ribs in it the other night. He cooked.
Oh, yeah. Fall off the bone.
Oh, he's cooking our dinner in it as we speak.
What is for dinner?
What is for dinner?
We're having hamburger patties with scalloped potatoes.
Hamburger patties and scalloped potatoes.
That's it. I'm taking the next exit, turning around. I'm on my way. I'm only about 4 hours away.
We had a fabulous breakfast. It was one of the Grands' birthday today. And so we went to his daughter. Well, he's 27. So we went to his daughter's house. His daughter, who is probably the best cook on the face of the earth. And she made us, we had eggs Benedict and hash browns and sausage and biscuits, biscuits and gravy, that stuff. And what else did we have? We had bacon and the egg sandwiches, if you will. So basically whatever you wanted, it was there. And you know what was funny? And this really surprised me. She cannot make a poached egg. She does not know how to do it. So the Grand made the poached egg. So he was over there doing the poached eggs, and she did, the homemade bechamel sauce and all the things.
Oh,
it was so
nice.
Eggs were perfect.
Oh, they were perfect. And where would he have ever learned to make a poached egg?
I don't
know. Mr. makes good poached eggs too, of course. The swirl in the water thing. I just throw it in the microwave and call it good. But so Mr.'s over here going, you can't eat the sausage. You can't eat the gravy. You can't eat this. Oh, you can eat the hash browns. That's okay. It's safe for you to eat. Because I can't eat all those. Anything with pepper. I can't. It just. Off. And so I can't eat all those things. But they were sure yummy, the things that we did have. And we were very, very, very full. So I'm kind of half surprised we're getting dinner. I thought we were maybe still full from breakfast.
Apparently not.
Yeah.
It's been all day.
It has been all day. I am thinking maybe some food. Oh, it's not. Oh no, that clock's wrong, right? Okay. The main clock in our living room is based on satellite, so you don't change it when the time changes. Yeah. But you never know when it's going to actually change. So you have to keep looking. Did it change it? Nope, didn't change it. But it's so cool because now it'll just go forward an hour. But when it does the back thing, it'll just all of a sudden go, nee, and it goes round and round and round and round and round the 12 hours backwards. but you never know when it's going to do it. It doesn't do it at the exact time that they say the time change happens. So
I've got the truck on mountains.
Yeah.
yeah.
It says Mountain Standard Time, even though I've got daylight savings on,
Okay.
but it's the wrong time. It says it's 5:30, and I can't change it.
Well, Mountain Time would be no, it would be 6:30.
It'd be no, it's 4:30.
4:30.
Yeah, because it's 3:30 for you, right?
No, it's
No.
It's 4:30 here. Yeah, you're an hour later, so it should be 5:30.
Should be 5:30 here. My
Yes.
phone says it's 4:30.
Your phone is on Pacific time.
Why? I'm in Boise.
Your phone should change when at about Ontario.
Yeah, it should have.
Yeah.
What time?
Yeah, and it didn't.
Sometimes my phone won't change unless I like click it off and on.
Well,
But
I'm going to
sometimes
have to do that.
Mhm.
I'm going to have to do that to get my phone caught up.
Yeah,
Silly
because it
phone.
needs to be right. So, okay, folks, we will see you Monday for bingo. That's tomorrow. We'll see you tomorrow for bingo. Pop over to Dana Two Ponies and learn all about the stuff she's talking about and learn about that mustard. It was so freaking good. It was so freaking good.
Oh, that mustard is good.
And then Tuesday morning, we're going to have Stacy J on.
Yeah, we've got about 4 jars.
And then Tuesday at 10 o'clock Pacific, we are going to have Rad Girls lunch break. Let's hope that they don't beat
Rad Girls
this week.
It's time to beat
They beat Robbin up pretty bad last week.
Dana next.
It was so hard. I laughed so hard.
It was Pick on Robbin Day.
It absolutely was. Absolutely.
You guys have my permission to pick on me this Tuesday.
All right. We'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.
Bye, you guys.